Ladies and gentlemen, Nsanity Games back with another Terraria video. It has been a while since I did a mod showcase of any kind. I'm going to be doing my top 5 recommended Terraria mods. The first one on the list is yet another boss health bar. It's a pretty huge quality of life mod, and I just don't see myself not using one of these. As you can see, you got the health bar on the lower part of the screen, and no longer do you have to hover over the enemy's health, especially the quicker moving ones. You know, you get some of those quick ones like the Queen Bee or some other ones, especially if you're using a mod that has some really quick moving enemies. With the boss health bar, you can see their health bar, and we'll get a general idea of how much longer you have to maintain this fight, and you can analyze it later on if you end up failing. So that's a huge one in my opinion. Let's get on to the next one. Next mod on my list is another quality of life feature that I personally like to use, and along with anything really, any Terraria playthrough, even if it's going to be mostly vanilla, I like to have this one, and it is called the Max Stack Plus. You got 9,960 tiki torches, over 9,000, almost 10,000 calming potions, a lot of building supplies of the lizards, 7,000 to 8,000 of each. We're gonna change that, and almost 10,000 slime crowns. Now, normally the max stack for the building items is like 999, and some things like torches you only can get about 100. This gets rid of that limit and makes it really good for people who like to build, who like to hoard a lot of things. Like maybe you want to do a playthrough and you want to build an epic thing. Like maybe you want to do something like this. Now, probably look a lot better than this, but something like this. Well, with how many sections you would need, just to have about the equivalent of this, you would have to have like 8 different stacks of each one of those. And you can use 1,000 of those items pretty quickly. So, in my opinion, one of the most recommended mods that I can, well, recommend. Next mod on my list has 2 things that I used to really like about this. Now it's only one. I'm not sure if it's a glitch on my end. It very well could be. So, it's called Fargo's Mutant mod. And this is a really good mod, or it used to be a really good mod for buying items that allowed you to summon bosses once you beat them. As you can see, you got some of them here, like the Slime Crown, Desert Medallion, and it would show stuff from, well, bosses from different mods, ones that you've beaten, along with vanilla. Now, certain mods on mine might be conflicting with this and not allowing all to show up, or maybe I have to do a certain feat in the game other than just beat all the bosses. I don't know. But the next feature has probably one of my most favorite accessories of all time in Terraria. It's called the Soul of the Universe. 66% increased all damage, 50% chance not to consume any ammo or thrown item. And I'm sure you can see all of them, like increase maximum mana by 150, max number of minions by 8, sentries by 6, increases pickup range for mana stars and hearts. It has a lot of things. And it even has 5 little sentry type things right here. Just look at that. That's pretty cool. And it is pretty powerful too. Let's summon some regular guys right there and go where there's enemies. Shouldn't take that long. There we go. As you can see, there's quite a bit of damage. 1,000. Pretty good for AFK farming regular mobs of enemies. So, I mean, if you somehow get this, chances are you probably already have done most of the game, unless you cheated it in. I mean, look at that. It just destroyed a small, medium perforator hive and a large perforator, which I believe is a boss, if I remember correctly, in the Calamity Mod. So, pretty powerful accessory all around. Let's get on to the next one. Next mod on my list, probably one of my favorite content mods of all time, on at least Terraria, is the Calamity Mod. A lot of people already know about this mod, and I don't blame them. It's a really good mod. You got probably one of the types of modes that I've been looking forward in a mod for a very long time, and it's called Revengeance Mode. You get one of these at the beginning of your Terraria playthrough, and if you're on expert mode, and this increases the difficulty even further. All enemies drop 5 times the cash. Enemy spawn rates are boosted. You do 5% more damage, but you also take 25% more damage. This is only active after your first boss kill. Before you have killed your first boss, you take 20% less damage from everything. Defense is more useful now. 100% in Revengeance mode versus 75% in expert mode. Changes all bosses, AIs in vanilla and the Calamity Mod. Do not use if a boss is alive. Only use if you're absolutely sure you want to go through with this. Basically, think of it like an expert mode. Makes it really challenging. I already use this, so I don't even think it would work, and I don't want a chance glitching my game, but yeah. Really, really good. Definitely recommend it if you want to play Terraria again and you're looking for a challenge. Next, we're going to go with a couple showcase of a weapon. Very powerful. And as you can see, you got some pretty cool bosses. Now this is overpowered for the boss, but I don't want to show you too much because it would take a long time, and this is not an individual mod showcase. This is a series of different mods. So let's get on to the last mod for the list. The last one that I'm going to recommend is the Pumpkins mod that has one of my favorite weapons period in the game, and it happens to be a yo-yo, which a lot of people seem to like. And it is called the Pumpkins Yo-Yo. Very powerful. 5,000 damage. Now that doesn't seem like a lot. Well, it is, if you're going by the base damage alone. But we're going to showcase it off against the Moon Lord. So let's spawn that in real quick. It's going to take about a minute to load. But you're going to start to see me do something that just really showcases how powerful this is as a weapon. Make sure I actually get on the weapon. It literally takes a minute for this thing to spawn. I wish there was an item that spawned this thing a little bit quicker. But you're starting to see what makes this weapon probably one of the most overpowered weapons in the game, period. But probably the most overpowered yo-yo I've ever seen. I haven't seen a yo-yo come anywhere close to this powerful. All those little orange things go through walls, by the way, as I'm sure you can see them going through the pillar below me. Pretty much kills everything pretty quickly. And it should be spawning relatively soon because it's been almost a minute. This weapon is powerful enough to kill that guy. Look at that. As soon as he spawned, he was dead. And there he is, dead. Very powerful yo-yo. Probably one of the most powerful yo-yos that you probably already seen, or at least if you watch my videos, you've seen this already. And that alone makes this one of my most recommended mods, along with the other 4 mentioned in this video. Now, that is pretty much it for this video. If you want to see either the Pumpkin Yo-Yo in action against all the bosses, or the Souls of the Universe that does this, check out the description box or the comment section. I should have it pinned, or at least in the description box, of the 2 videos that show these 2 amazing items off versus all the Terraria bosses and all the, well, vanilla and Calamity. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time and have a nice day.